Hey, Paradice People.
What up?
So we are recording the Money Talk series, and I'm sitting here with my best friend, Sarah Karaoke.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, do you want to say what you've been up to?
Hi, guys. What have I been up to? Well, chasing the bag, paying my bills, breathing as God permits. But yeah, man, I'm good.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I've been good. Been chilling. I guess, every day is the hustle. Every day is the bustle. So maybe we can start the conversation there anyway. In this podcast, in this episode, we're going to be talking about everything and anything, but mainly, mainly money, I guess. And the first topic is money and the chase, and idolizing money and allowing it to have control over your thoughts. So when you say, you've just been hustling and
yeah, man,
how is that life? Like, are you enjoying it? Are you enjoying the way you're getting money? Are you planning things? Like, what's happening with that?
I'm enjoying what I can do more for others, actually, with the money that I'm making more than myself, I'll be honest. So praise God, making more than I was before. So I am able to, it's actually just the little things, like, I can get that, I got you, don't worry, or just patterning things before, like, knowing that I have the opportunity to do that. It's a rewarding feeling, I'll be so honest with you. But yeah, I can't lie, I think I get way more enjoyment when I'm seeing the impacts of what I've purchased for someone or made something happen for someone that I love or care about. That's where I'm like, oh, okay. But when it's more like for you, it's like, okay, this is nice, but there's a limit. There's a limit to that type of happiness where you're like, oh, okay. And it's not to say that I'm a millionaire, billionaire, but it's still, it's an increase, and it's made a huge difference to the way I see things and to the way I value things, for real. So I think, that's had a huge impact. But plans, I actually am I'd say I'm a bit low maintenance with a lot of things that I thought I'd be high maintenance about once I started making more money, which is weird. It's like, you can plan all you want. Like, when I have this, I'm going to be able to do X, Y, Z. Then when it actually comes down to it, you're like, actually, wait, I don't really want to spend money on that no more. I actually want to reprioritize and put that towards this. I think I'm more, and my head is focused on investments now. I'm now like looking at the bigger picture instead of the little intricate things that I thought I would desire once I got to this point. So,
okay. So wait, did that shift happen with getting more money, or like before you had the money, was it like, oh, okay, I can't spend on these plans that I have, so you spend the money elsewhere? Or was it bad habits? If I can say that, like bad habits with a lower income.
Yeah.
Or is it a maturing mindset? Like what was the shift from not wanting those things that you used to want, now that you have more money as well to afford it? Like what happened? Was it, how did those things become less of importance?
Well, I'd say alignment. I think there's been a lot of things that have changed coincidentally at the same time. So, but I think it's God. Because getting closer to God has made me, again, like reshape or rethink how I would value something. So I think, because when you get closer to God, it actually, like, it humbles you. It makes you value, like, deeper things, like things of substance, instead of the little intricate things for, like, temporary happiness. Like, you're more focused on, wait, I can actually grow this and make this bigger, to in turn have like ultimate happiness instead of the little things. When you do tiny things in between that you're like, oh, this is fulfilling me, but it's actually not. So I think it's a mixture of a few things: getting closer to God, being more mature, which I personally don't think I would have even been mature enough to handle a certain type of income if I didn't obtain some level of maturity as well. Because when you're in a place where you're financially suffering, you tend to what's the word? You're operating at a lower vibration for sure, because you're so frustrated and like stuck in the stress, that constant loop of stress and focus and worry and all of that.
I think you're in a desperate state.
Yes.
Where there's so many things that you want. Okay, you have before you have the income, you don't have the income, and there's so many things that you want that you can't afford.
Yeah.
You're automatically, why is my voice going croaky as soon as we press record? But,
Dust.
as soon as you get that income, when you don't have that income and there's so many things that you want, you feel in a lower position. You feel more desperate. You feel less in control.
Yes.
And now you're like, panic button, because let alone your basics of your petrol and your rent and your paying what you can to your parents and like all those things, let alone covering that.
Yeah.
If you can't even cover that, then you're put in a corner basically.
Yeah. And
you feel scared.
Yeah, 100%. And through that you
self-sabotage.
Yeah. That's exactly what you
panic and say, just take the money then.
Yeah, fine. Here. Okay, cool. Or you want to drown out your sorrows, and usually the avenues towards that are dark. So, obviously those who maybe...
Because it's that lower plane.
You want to drink more because you kind of want to silence out all the stress. So you end up doing a lot of things that are harming you, doing more damage than good. So it is no. Like it's not a good place to be. It's not a good place to be because you can't utilize the energy that you have to focus on things that are better. You only have energy literally to just, work out the next meal, work out the next meal.
So true.
So through that, you end up doing a lot of things that, you shouldn't be doing.
What you were saying as well, like, those things that once you get closer to God and you're so humbled in your soul, like you get so humbled.
100%.
It's the little things that mean more, but then you get rid of those like short-term gratification things of like, do you know what? I've got my paycheck today. I've been working so hard, because the money's not really matching how hard you're working either, because you genuinely are working hard. In those times when we haven't had enough income, we were probably working like 2-3 jobs. Literally. Like we would do uni and then work in like Wembley Stadium, and they were degrading jobs. Like they're not, you was doing mango, if I can say that, like working in a bar is not fun. And like the people that you're dealing with, the environment that you're in,
having that circulate around you.
Yeah. And just being in those settings and not getting enough money to still afford what you need.
Yeah.
When you do get that money, you're like, oh, I deserve a pair of trainers. Yeah, like I deserve a nice new jumper.
Yeah, that mindset is dangerous. That's how you actually keep yourself very very limited.
But if it was like the reverse of in the times when we don't have enough money, we think, what am I going to do with my money to get out of this position?
Yeah.
Then imagine. But then I guess eventually you broke out of that and decided to, well, no, you were fighting for a long time to get a better job. And then that fell through.
Yeah.
And then the short-term gratification things were not needed anymore.
Literally not needed at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. You start yearning for different things. Like you start focusing on, the changes were insane.
I think you get inspiration as well. Mm-hmm. When you no longer need to think about your basic needs, which I think if we live in the UK or anywhere in the world, hopefully we get to that stage, but we live in the UK, everyone's basic needs should be being covered.
100%.
Like, there should be enough jobs. How is there not enough jobs? I don't know, but everyone's basic needs should be being covered, but they're not. Like, we're in a situation where I think they're trying to do an economic reset. Yeah. They're trying to reset all the levels in the economy of how much income everyone has, and they're just trying to, I don't know what they're doing, but with that going on, and then there's what am I talking about? With that going on, okay, people can't afford their basic needs. But then when I'm saying when you can, there's room for inspiration and there's room for ideas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
make space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you have now the time to sit and think, okay, like what else? What's next? You have that time and energy to put it in better places. So, but yeah.
Like, it hinders your creativity
100%
when you are working in a desperate place. When you're in a desperate place, you can't think.
Learn a lot.
True.
You learn a lot, and it's a lot more rewarding once you start earning more money and you get out of that place, because you're like, wow, like I actually worked really hard to get to where I'm at right now. I think that in itself is actually a very nice feeling to know, okay, I actually I really tried to get here, and I actually did get here. So it's like, okay, so it wasn't all for nothing. There's always, I think you should, like, in life, we should always look at the positives as well, as to, through the struggle. Otherwise, you're just going to be a bit of an angry person, and you don't want to build that type internal resentment. Like, you don't want to do that. You don't want that negativity to build up. I think it's always really good to be like, okay, it was hard, but would I even be where I'm at today if I didn't go through that? There was a reason that those things had to happen in order for me to get to this point. So, and the only way is up. Like, and you learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about, your wants, your like desires, your likes, dislikes. Like oh my God, you learn a lot.
So true, actually. So true. Yeah. Like, those dark places in those times of like desperation, when you come out of that and you're like, oh my days, this paycheck usually would have gone to like pub consecutive, like every weekend from Thursday till Sunday, just being out on the weekend.
Yeah.
When you get that mindset shift, and then now you're not operating in that place anymore, and you're acting on your ideas of how you can spend your money and invest your money, you naturally get that reminiscent thought of like, oh my days, old me would not have done that growth that you now feel and have achieved. Like, you do look back and go, wow, old me wouldn't have done that. And then you do learn so much about 100%. Yourself.
And conversations with people, the type of conversations that you're going to have with people are going to be different, because you're naturally going to attract people that are also on the same wavelength, and the conversations are going to be different, the results are going to be different. Your environment shifts as well, like who you communicate with, how you communicate with that person, how you communicate with yourself, how you communicate with God, like everything shifts. So I think it's always important, sometimes there is a slight, and I say slight, beauty in struggle. I think
the struggle is beautiful.
Like any type of hardship I've ever like dealt with, there is some level of beauty towards it. Like I know there's a lot of things I wouldn't know now if I didn't experience certain things.
Yeah.
And it's important to focus on that. You guys are gonna have to bear with me. Hay fever's attacking me. Oh my God.
I don't think what's it called? I don't think that, also, like you're saying, you're going to start having better conversations and stuff like that. But then the shift in mindset to now, like, get to a position to be in a better job or be in a better circumstance, that shift would have had to happen while you were in a dark place.
Yeah.
Something happens towards the end of being in that dark place or being in that circumstance.
Yeah.
Something happens towards like you coming out where you're like, you actually say, I can't be here anymore.
No more.
Yeah.
Literally.
Like, I'm not going to be all right with these circumstances anymore.
No. Yeah.
Because for it to have continuously happened in that time, we were okay with it.
Well, yeah, because we didn't, it was our constant state of reality. We weren't thinking, we were hoping and striving for better, but we were still swimming in that. So we were still
entertaining.
100% entertaining it for sure. Because that was normal. That was a normal average day. Like, that was the lifestyle.
That was kind of what we knew, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is this weird thing about uni where going from studying to coming out of uni and then going into real life, and like taking the mindset that you have in uni into like work life and career. Bless you.
Thank you.
Into work life and career. It's like you can continue living uni life and like not, just being in that bubble. But then reality is a different thing, and I think that takes time to like understand.
It's a transition period.
Yeah,
for sure.
And ask her a very important question. Is money the root of all evil?
Whoa.
Is money the root of all evil? Why do you think people say that? Like, why do you think that is so common? It's in music, it's in movies, you hear it everywhere. Money is the root of all evil. Where do you think that comes from? And do you agree? And what do you think?
I think ultimately, straight answer, yes. I think so. Because money is literally, it circulates like the world. It's what drives most people. They might not realize that that's one of their main mission, but it is quite, it can lead you down a dark path. If you're really striving to make a lot of money, you can lose track of the original reason why you're doing something. You can get money hungry, you can get caught up into it. A lot of the time it can, mislead you to bad places, which can sometimes be irreversible in some situations. I think it's definitely, it can, but it can also be, it can be very helpful. It can, if people as human beings, if we actually came together and used money in a a healthier way, then I think it wouldn't necessarily have so much of evil connotation around it. But the reason why it has that is because it drives people crazy, and they literally see them dollar signs, that emoji with the dollar signs, like you almost turn into one of those puppets and you become a slave of the money. You, instead of the money being behind you, it's actually in front of you, driving you, telling you what to do. Yeah, exactly. And then you can get so like sucked into that mindset where you're like, hurting people, killing people, look at what's going on in the world today. Like a lot of these things is because everyone just wants money. Like whether it's the government, whether it's an individual, whether it's the council, no matter what it is, everything is about money. But it drives people crazy, and it can have some really drastic, it can have some serious consequences. So I think, if we took better control over situations, then perhaps, we could come together and, in an ideal universe, actually help people. But instead, human beings were naturally flawed. So by being naturally flawed, we're easily misled, or we're easily, we're susceptible, we're weak. But yeah, I think money can definitely turn people crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you for that, Sarah.